doing things by the book went from bad to worse. At least, if what was in that snow globe was any indication. Yet, fate didn't sound all that bothered about it, to be honest with you. That worries me.
Grim, why are you here? Oh, right. The daily... always in positions when I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see the exact amount of profiles necessary. Good job, I guess. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine.
I asked, hey, can I ask you some more questions, maybe?
Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful.
I asked, what do you think dying is like?
No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release.
I then asked, but what if death is extremely bad and unpleasant?
In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions?
I then asked, is there an afterlife?
Not in the sense that humans consider it, no.
That felt quite different to how I expected. Then asked, no peaceful illuminated paradise?
Hardly. Any other questions?
I asked, do you think mortals have some drive towards death?
Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time?
Something of the like, yes.
Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful. Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions?
I asked, can language even deal with the concept of death?
Unlikely.
That doesn't stop art and literature from trying.
One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be.
I asked, when's that going to happen?
Any day now. Any other questions?
Actually, I've got nothing.
Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
You're such a scoundrel. There should be a bounty on your head. A spooky tale if there was one. Stumbled upon a Gothic-like castle during me travels once. Seemed like good looting at first, but nay, a monster hunted them corridors. Head large and round, eyes shining like two lamps aflame. 'Twas paralyzing. Never have I been so frightened of anything in me life. Turns out, it was the Baron who'd got the curse of the were-pumpkin. Only happens during full moons though, and even then, only 1 month a year. So 'tis not much of a curse.
After some shopping at Mortimer's, I decided to get to work. In the news is a mix of economic, moral, and educational degradation. Any human who looks suspicious must die. Well, this minister certainly fits that, so they must die. As for the rest, let us see. So far, nothing suspicious about them at all. Some questionable activities, but nothing suspicious. Well, it didn't have a specific number of who must die, so... Well, this day was a bit too far the other way. A bit too easy. As it was quite clear who needed to die in order to stabilize the situation somewhat. As for everyone else... Sorry. As for everyone else, they must live. Which appeared to improve the situation. Mostly. Surprisingly, Lady Portington was in charge, and I said, "Oh no, this again?"
Haha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation. It is a weekend, after all. and the free time will be essential for research. For the novel, yes?
I said, fine by me, I just need a daily review.
But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. I am certain you have done well enough. Now, I must go submerge myself. Toodles, Grim.
Fate was becoming less professional by the day. That worried me. I decided to head to Cerberus' den.
Damn, stranger. Your makeup skills are out of this world. I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right? I mean, the dark circles, the vibe like you haven't slept for 1,000 years.
I said to this female death spawn, that obvious, huh?
It is. At least for me. Or you see, I'm also in the human department.
I asked, how do you like it here? While questioning why she smoked.
Work is work, I guess. So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do?
I said, meh, work is work. While thinking that she has no lungs to clog up with those cigarettes.
Right? I've heard some spawns complain about insane working hours, but they spend all day on their phones. Doom scrolling on Cocker, or whatever that dumb app is called. I haven't opened it in years.
I spoke plainly and said, you haven't missed much.
Thought so. I mean, the instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople. And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So very engaging. And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks.
I told her that I got different instructions every day.
Congratulations?
I asked, what do you mean? My choices affect the world all the time.
Do they, though? Do they really? Or is it an illusion?
I then said, in any case, reading the news helps make decisions.
I just do what fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make.
A life of no choices? And you still haven't given up?
Have you ever heard the inspiring story of Scullifus? I'm guessing you haven't, since it happened way back when we still used rubber stamps instead of markers.
I said, please, carry on with the story.
Okay. So Scullifus spent all day, every day, stamping profiles to live or die. They got a grandiose case of carpal tunnel from all that stamping, but still they kept on going. Every day they'd receive a heap of new profiles, which were basically the same as the ones they'd stamped the day before. Almost as if powering through the carpal tunnel wasn't making any difference. Almost as if it wasn't worth it. Sound familiar? In any case, they kept going. Kept on stamping. Because they had to. Because when you give up, the cosmos, that meaningless entropy, it wins. And I'm never gonna let that happen. Even if it means doing the exact same thing. Day in, day out.
After that I said, I totally get it now.
I'm glad, stranger. May this story fill you with determination whenever you need it. Besides, as long as the coins keep coming, can we really complain?
Well, good luck with whatever you're doing.
Thanks for the chat, stranger. Anyway, I'm off to sleep. See you later. Probably not, though.
Next it's the bird-headed one.
Look at that. It's a hatchling. I guess they let all sorts work here nowadays. The assemblage must be decay. Yet one must welcome the dregs, one must. What brings you to Florian, the Eradicator?
I asked, why are you called the Eradicator?
I'm that efficient in bringing annihilation to the herd. One fell swoop, judgment has arrived. Oh, if only I could hear them wail and weep, cursing the injustice of a cold grave. Not that you understand. Still, fate expects us to be polite to one's colleagues because it advances synergy and improves long-term morale. I suppose I must then do my best to enlighten you on whatever matters are bothering you today.
I then asked, what do you think of fate?
A capable bureaucrat, but lately seems to be losing his way. Too much faffing around with pointless minutiae. And the fondness for regulations. I've always said we should be able to mark people to death more freely. But no, always with these limitations. I am the best and brightest of the bunch. When I aim for the jugular, I do not miss. With blood and guts, I will paint my magnum opus on the canvas of cosmos.
I asked, what are you even talking about?
All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from their meat prison. It is called salvation, or at least the closest thing they'll ever get.
Slightly unnerved, I asked, are you implying you mark people to death all the time?
Of course not. Rules to follow and quotas to fill, as we all must, even if I consider management far too lenient. I just make sure to enjoy every slash and stab. take pride in a successful exit. For that is what we are born to do, yes, we Deathbringers. All have to die.
All have to die eventually, when it's time.
Sooner or later, what's the difference if the result is the same? An end to their futile existence, to their deceitful ways. Humans are pretense and artifice, forever causing misery to each other. My way would bring less pain for all.
I quickly said, "Great chat, goodbye."
Ciao, little hatchling. Lessons learned, off you go.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster, back again to delight my eye. Are you still wearing the same attire from before? Oh, gross, it's been ages.
Had Mortimer being shortchanging me, and I said, "I just think my current look really suits me."
Oh, Grimmy, this lack of transformation, no, it does not suit you. I've got just the thing to help you out, something I've been holding for a special case. A cool visage to make your day. Check it out later. Crisis averted. Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat?
I was honest and said, "Same as usual."
Doesn't that make you suspicious? All of it lumbering onward, unceasing, unfeeling, a deadly machine grinding lives to dust? Pretty spooky if you ask me. What if the choices made were incorrect?
Sometimes the tasks get a bit confusing.
Like there's a tinge of arbitrary design in the darkness? Heckin' scary. One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason. Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah? But what do I know? I'm just the barkeep. So what can I get you?
Any thoughts on Florian?
That one? Heck. What can I say that you won't glean on your own? They try to act all suave on the surface, but truth be told, they're a proper jerk. At least when it comes to the job. Can't say I trust their judgment too much.
Considering that, I said, "Thanks for the tip."
Nothing to it. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the Den. We have here a shared experience. Here's to hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind?
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Some are easier to talk to than others. Florian, on the other hand, he wasn't easy at all.
Doubloons will get ye anything, matey. Used to belong to the ruthless Corsair Thaddeus Thatcher, this one. 'Tis the last existing item of a lost civilization. Mad Thad landed in their village, gathered up each and every one, sage and king and beggar alike, and let Lacey Luck through this very coin cast judgment on all. About half the civilization died that day, the rest doomed to a slow extinction. Then me crew laid upon Thad's war gallery near the gorge of the Telenor. The battle was merciless, but the treasure was most exquisite. Anyway, 'tis useful if ye can't decide what to eat for dinner. Cor blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't imagine it being useful or anything, but sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it. Oh, don't tell your captain about this. 'Tis one of theirs. Stole a great deal of time ago, though. Like 'tis between 2 months at least. I remember it was like yesterday. Barely made it out of the wardrobe alive. Have ye seen how far it goes? Many skeletons are in there. Almost became one of them. But you can't trap old Mortimer that easy.
After completely buying out Mortimer for the day, I decided to head back to the mirror.
When did you last smell the fresh scent of blossoming lilacs? Heard the soft cooing of a puffy bird with a bright plume? Felt the soft hum of the earth, yearning for attention?
I was honest and told the mirror my memory is unreliable.
It's not just your memory that's unreliable. Oh, proud Reaper. Sometimes you cut too deep.
I then decided to get to work as I'd be putting this off too long. Although that part of this story could wait, as we could all do with a break from this. It certainly wasn't pleasant with Florian, was it? He sounded like the kind of guy who could overreach himself.